Sri Gurubhyo Nama. Morning viewers. In this video we are going to see about the 2023 predictions. I wish you all a very happy 2023. Let this new year bring you all prospects and happiness. If you are new to my channel, keep this channel subscribed so that you will get my updates instantly. You are seeing the planetary position on 2023, the day 1 as well as the end of the year 2023, 31st December. 2023, numerologically it is value 7 and assigned to the planet Ketu. In 2022, during the New Year prediction, we were talking about the Venus. As 2022, Venus is ruling the complete year, and this year it will be Ketu which is going to rule the complete year. Because at the beginning of the year, that is 1st January 2023, you have Ashwini star, the star of Ketu. Same way in the end of the year, 31st of December, you have Maha star, star of Ketu, and Ketu is very strong at Virgo. You have Rahu moved away from Aries to Pisces. So in this year, you will be seeing 3 major transits. One is Saturn Transit, another is Jupiter, as well as Rahu Ketu transits. So all the important planetary movements going to take place on 2023. Ketu is something like which is more of spirituality. So those who are very strong in spiritual way of living, they find this year more interesting and very fruitful and happy for them. But those who do not believe on spirituality and are against spiritualism may face certain problems also. But when Ketu is associating with the house of Mercury, and Mercury implies the financial institutions, bank and other investments and investing sectors, most of the countries may face certain financial crunch during this year. Ketu is a planet which is not of luxury, it is more of spiritualism. So this year there may be some shortfall in revenue, there may be some overall global problems, there may be dip in the revenue across major companies, as well as countries may face certain economic crisis also. Fortunately, it is not a prolonging issue, but a span of around 6 to 8 months things will change, but one need not have to worry, as if a person's personal horoscope is very strong, having very strong Mahadasa and Antardasa, the planetary position may not have much influence, because hardly it will take 50 to 20% on a person. So the remaining 80% comes from the personal horoscope, the current Mahadasa and Antardasa. At the same time, if a person's individual chart is not so strong, and even if the current Mahadasa and Antardasa is not supportive, he may find certain issues also. There may be loss of job, there may be some financial crisis, there may be some theft in the property. So some of the bad events may take place in this year. So it is better to save as much as possible. Spending huge money, spending on unwanted things, spending lavishly, one need to be restricted in all these areas. So this particular year, better to save and spend wherever it is really required. Now if you see the planetary position on day 1, that is on January 1st, 2023, it is Ashwini star, the star of Ketu. Moon is associated in the house of Aries and makes Rahu positive. At the second house you have Mars there. 7th house Libra, you are having Ketu there. 9th house Saggitarius, there is a conjunction of planets, Sun and Mercury together, and in 10th house Venus makes Saturn positive, and Saturn being the ruler, and at the 12th house you have Jupiter. If you see at the end of the year on 31st of December, it is Maha star, the star of Ketu again. Now Moon is at Leo. You are having Jupiter at Aries and Rahu at Pisces. Ketu moves from Libra to Virgo. At Scorpio, you are having Mercury associated with Venus, and in Sagittarius you are having Sun and Mars together, and at Aquarius you are having Saturn ruler there. It takes the Mool Trikona power, and at the 12th house you are having Rahu. In this particular year 2023, you have 3 major transits which has a very big influence on a person's horoscope. That is, the beginning of January itself you are having the Saturn transit, then you have the Rahu Ketu as well as the Jupiter transit also. We will be seeing a separate video for each and every zodiac, right from Aries to Pisces. Sagittarius. the ninth zodiac sign as per the Kalapurusha Tattva. For Sagittarius, the year 2023 is really favorable for them because most of the transit looks favorable as Saturn in the third house going to give a lot of good favors to them. They can win out of their enemies. They can take all steps forward to achieve any type of targets. They'll be very brave, strong, take decisions in time. So the third house becomes very powerful when Saturn is going to take the maximum power like Moola Trikona Sthan at third house. When a planet is associated third and 11th house, it will give a lot of positivity. So Saturn seems to be really favorable for Sagittarius. Also the upcoming Rahu Ketu Transit, Rahu is going to move to the 4th house, seems to be really good, and Ketu moves to the 10th house is also really good. Planets like Saturn, Rahu, Ketu, when getting associated with the Kendras, it can give a lot of benefits. So they can purchase assets, some of them can buy flats, buy land, buy vehicles. So this year seems to be favorable in terms of purchase of assets. Invest money in mutual fund, fixed deposits, share market and all, and can get good returns. They can also see the health of the mother getting improved in this particular time. There will be good relationship and understanding with the mother side family. Jupiter moves to the 5th house in this upcoming transit, and it will be placed at 5th house. There will be challenges in terms of childbirth, but there is a good support for the children. Now Jupiter aspecting the Zodiac directly, so all the health related problems will get solved in this year. Will get self-confidence and more motivated and can work positively and take decisions in time. Jupiter aspecting the 11th house is also very good for them, and Ketu moves away from 11th house to 10th house, can fetch lot of job opportunities for them. When we see the predictions in segment wise, when we talk about job, as 10th house Ketu is associated with good job opportunities for them. Those who are not employed and looking for good job placements, this year they can find a suitable placements. Some of them can enter into IT industries, some of them can move to the travel industries, some of them work in logistics and courier companies. Some of them practice their own professions, like they become an astrologer, they become a Vastu Shastra person. They even take the medicines as their basic work in Ayurvedic medicine, Siddha medicines, and they practice as a doctor. So it looks favorable for self-business also. Some may buy land, cultivate crops, try to gain a good income in this particular time. So agriculture industry seems to be favorable in this particular zodiac. Those who are working as a middleman between the farmers and the common public, they can get good returns in this time. Those who are in the secondary market, which are all related to Saturn, aluminium, foils, coal, tar, petroleum, all these products, business which are related to these products, they can find good returns, good inflow of money in this particular period. Now when we talk about marriage life, this year this is a good time for them because when Saturn moves away from 7.5 period of January onwards, for the past 7.5 years, they might have faced a lot of problems. This particular year, it's going to be a change for them. Those who are not married for long, they get good alliance and settle down in this particular year. Even the separated couples can get reunited. Those who are widows and not married and who are separated can get partner in this particular time. Even friendship seems to be really favorable in this particular period. They meet their old friends, keep them in touch. So this seems to be good for them. Even partnership business to an extent seems to be really favorable for Sagittarius. When we talk about children education, a good opportunity for children to study well. So even the 4th house and the 11th house seems to be really favorable. Those who are studying up to degree and postgraduate, concentrate well, they can do the studies well. Some of them may get selected in the campus interviews and get placed in good companies also. So these are positivity in these areas. When we talk about the parents' health, both mother and father's health seems to be really good and favorable in this particular period. For the past 7 years, they might have faced a lot of struggles and problems based on the Saturn transit. Saturn is completely moving away from the 7.5 period. It looks really favorable and they can get all support from the family members. When we look at the prediction chart for Sagittarius, Zodiac seems to be positive as Jupiter aspects the Zodiac as well as the 11th house. As Ketu moves to the 10th house, even 10th house seems to be positive. Saturn moving to the 3rd house seems to be really good here. 3rd house as Jupiter is associating, so all these 5 houses is really good and favorable. Rahu is at the 4th house. Rahu at Kendra is good, but as a planet like Rahu may give some bad effects also to an extent. So if the person's personal chart is not favorable, he may face certain issues also. It is partially affected the same way the 9th house, as Saturn is aspecting the 9th house. and Jupiter is also aspect in 9th house, so it is partially affected and partially good. The rest of the houses seems to average. When we look at all the positions of the planet, for Sagittarius, the year 2023 will be really good for them and it can bring up to 80% positivity.